a lot of my marketing communication is exactly, I said this the other day, but Randy just touched on it the other way. A lot of my marketing communication is exactly that like, hey, I created an environment where I can bring high quality people, that the other clients are high quality people that you'd like to know that you're not going to meet in your normal life or a normal job somewhere. And then, and I can bring people here that you wouldn't normally have access to, and you would never have access to have these type of conversations. Like, where? Tell me where. I'd like to go there myself. Where can I go? Where can I go meet another group of people like this that I can meet? Like, I don't know. I don't like the NFL or the NBA people, but whatever other top group of people in the world, where can I go? I don't know either.
Would you say that it's easier to come up with a high ticket offer than a low ticket offer?
Well, you're either going to sell a lot of stuff to poor people, or you're going to sell a lesser volume of stuff to people that are wealthier or more sophisticated in some way. You're going to do one of the death spot is to try to be in the middle, to try to appeal to everybody, to try to be Monster Energy drink there. They pay, I don't know the exact number, something like $110 million a year for their UFC sponsorship to have that logo right in the middle of the ring. They pay something like $110 million a year for that sponsorship. But they pay a lot of money for that prop, because a lot of people watch that sport, and they can sell a whole lot of cans of energy drink because I seen. I don't even think the people that buy the stuff is like. I don't even know that they're consciously aware. They're just subconsciously aware. They're saying, "Oh yeah, a Monster UFC fight thing," and they want. They're like, "Oh, do I want a coffee? Do I want a Red Bull?" Oh, that's subconsciously. Oh, that's that logo from the fight thing I watch. Like, I'll grab that one. And then you get in the habit of drinking that one, and they just grab that one. And you go to the store, they don't think it again. They're just, I grabbed that one. I don't like the Red Bull one. Or they don't even think that. They just think, that's the one that I always get. So I just get the thing that I always get. So I mean, for those type of people, like they can sell. Think of what the sponsorships are for fighters. Like, who are the people that sponsor this stuff? Is like Monster Energy drinks a huge one. Budweiser. Budweiser is a big one. Used to be Modelo, which is owned by Budweiser, by the way. Ticker symbol BUD. And then Bud Light had their scandal, and then they paid them like $30 million extra to start promoting Bud Light. So the same company to promote Bud Light instead of Modelo, they got paid $30 million a year extra to tolerate the tarnishment of their brand. What else do they have? Snack bars, gambling websites. What is that?
Casamigos tequila.
Tequila.
The blue agave leaf in the corner village.
Howler Head is owned by Dana. Dana owns that, so like he's sponsoring himself. Right. When you're starting something new, you're just gonna go eat and do whatever you need to do, and it doesn't even. These philosophic things don't even matter. It's just like I'm gonna wake up and go do the thing, and I'm gonna do it till I'm so exhausted that I pass out from exhaustion, and when I come to halfway, I'm gonna take another sip of caffeine and I'm gonna go back to doing the thing. And if you don't want to do that, then be poor. Here's a nice clip from Dana about entrepreneurship.
I laugh every time I hear people saying, yeah, I don't like working for other people. So, I want to work for myself because I want to set my own hours. Let me tell you what, when you work for yourself, there's no Christmas, there's no Easter. You're working through all those holidays. Every day something bad happens. Every day there's problems. Every day somebody's trying to you and take what you've built. It's a war.
That guy's got multiple lawsuits at any given time. He's got to deal with multiple lawsuits at any given time. And if something gets cleaned up, there's a new one. And he's got to be suing somebody. Somebody's going to be suing him. Thank the heavens, the company wouldn't exist without him. Thank the heavens that he, when they sold the company, when the Fertitta family sold the company. I don't know if I think he owned 10% or something. He got cashed out something like $400 million. Dana did.
I just like the idea that like all the secrets are already out. When you mentioned that, and that's like, yeah, I just think that's so true. It's like there's no secret to wealth. There's no secret to whatever. Like, especially with the age of the internet and social media, it's like there's no secrets. That's just straight marketing.
But if you don't know where to look, you'll never find that information. If you don't know what question to ask, you got to find somebody that did the thing that you want to do, man. Like, I drink my own Kool-Aid, by the way. I say that, it sounds self-serving, but you know what? I do exactly that myself. And it made my life so much easier. And like, you also got to make a decision. Are you okay? You're like, oh man, are you okay missing out on the compounding effects of things and, being 20 years behind to where you could have been? Or never getting, you're never getting there. And by the way, you don't miss the compounded wealth from the first 20 years. You miss the compounded wealth from the last 20 years of your life. So that means that if you could have gone from, just for easy math, if you could have gone from wherever you're at to 50 million, all right, and then the next 20 years you could have gone from 50 million to 2 billion. And by the way, that's easier. To get from 0 to 50 million is harder than to get a 40x return on that over a couple decades. You didn't miss the 50 million, you missed the 1,950 million. So the people there's, I'll figure it out myself. I'm gonna do it my way. Well, if you could do it yourself, why didn't you do it already? And I'm not saying you, but I think that myself. I think that myself, if I have a silly thought like that, like, I could figure that out. Like, yeah, I could. Or I could just hire like an expert to do it for me. Or I could just hire an expert to teach me how to do it. And not just an expert, but like, I want like the best experts. I want like the best ones. And like, what is that going to cost you to be around like second and third tier and fourth tier people instead of like the best people? I mean, that's a very expensive. You'd have to do most of the same work to go to the third tier law school, to go to the third tier business school. You got to go through a lot of the same routine and the same little song and dance because you were too stupid to get the right LSAT score. You were too stupid to do your homework and back in undergrad because you were busy drinking a goldfish and chugging a beer to swallow a goldfish. But those things don't change. Like,
You watch this video all the way through, and that tells me you're dedicated to learning more and earning far above average outcomes in your life. Congratulations for that. But now it's time to take action. If you could have earned those results by yourself, you would have done it already. My head coach has opened up a few spots on his high-demand calendar for an in-person, one-on-one strategy session to help you. On this call, we'll give you the pragmatic advice that you can implement tonight to get laser-focused on the right metrics and leave mediocrity far behind in your past. Click that link right now in the description below and apply for your call immediately. Do it now.